everyone. Welcome to the show. This is a great edition of Bring It in the House podcast show where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. Of course, I'm your host, Millie Mills, and we have a great show for you tonight. Yes, we have our UAPB college intern student with us. This is Miss Karis Bates. Hello, Karis. It is so great to see you tonight. Welcome to the show. We kicked off the show with your one of your dance moves, some of your performance. Yes, that was Karis, guys. She is a dancer at UAPB Golden. Help me with the
Golden
name.
Girl.
There you go.
Mhm.
That's a UAPB Golden Girls. So we're going to play that clip again once more before we go. But welcome again to the show, Karis. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's hot, but I'm good. It's really hot.
You just a little warm right now? Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. Well, hey, we're going to help you stay cool, because this is going to be a great interview. Tell everybody a little bit. Well, hey, we already know what your alma mater is,
Yeah.
UAPB Golden Lions, yay, which is my alma mater. It, first of all, I want to just welcome you as an intern student. This is such a pleasure and an honor because you're my first intern student.
Yeah.
And when I really did more research on everything, I just saw, I was like, oh, she's a go getter. You come off shy, but
Hmm.
yeah, you are a stick of dynamite. I love it. I love that in you. And I remember the first time I met you when I was at the UAPB Career Summit back in March of this year. You were just so outgoing. You came over to the table, to my booth to meet me and make yourself known. So, yes, that's what it takes, Karis. That's what it takes. So, thank you so much for that. So, what made you decide to choose? Well, first of all, share with us what is your major?
My major is broadcast production, well, mass
Mm-hmm,
communication, but it's emphasized as broadcast production.
mm-hmm, hmm and what made you decide to choose that career?
So with me choosing, it was like an up and down thing. So for me, at first, I wanted to be a teacher. That was like my first thing. Like during high school, I thought I wanted because I love working with kids. So I
Mm-hmm,
thought I wanted to be a teacher. And then around like my junior year, senior year of high school, I had joined newspaper at high school. So then it was like, okay, I like to write. So from then on, that's kind of what I stuck to as far as journalism. And then
mm-hmm,
I got to UAPB, and then like my first 2 years, I was like, okay, I want to just do news. I want to be an anchor. Then, so therefore, that's what made me choose my major. Then, as far as like what I wanted to do, I joined I joined a class called Television Practicum, and with that, that's where we joined. That's where we do at PB News. So then on that, they put me in the sports segment. And I really didn't know much about sports. Like I'm a dancer, so I'm like, what do I know about sports? But
mm-hmm.
I learned and did my research. So then I was like, okay, this is my major, and now I know I wanted to do sports instead of news. So yeah.
Yeah. And then we got a clip here where you are really doing your thing. I was like, look at Karis. I'm just so proud of you. Man, there's an old cliche that says you cannot judge the book by the cover. And guys, you can't. Check her out, Karis Bates. She's doing a clip right there on campus that you have a TV station locally on campus now, right? We didn't have that when we were in school. They had to send us out off campus. But I'm so proud of you. Check out Karis.
Hello, thanks for watching this edition of UAPB News Now. I'm Karis Bates.
And I'm Idal Martinez. Topping our newscast, UAPB artists are getting the chance to shine on Main Street. Last week, over 100 people came in support of UAPB seniors Zach Webb and Austin Dunn as they presented their artwork at the Art Space on Main. Kevin Cole, an alum of UAPB, opened with the event with a presentation of national and personal histories that influenced his book, Where Do We Go From Here? Later that evening, Cole had a book signing for people interested in buying his book.
On Valentine's Day, students of the UAPB Critical Purpose Program hosted a sip and paint event. Vice President of the Critical Purpose Program, Taylor Thomas says the purpose of this event was to get students to have fun and spread positivity. The next Critical Purpose event will take place February 21st at 12 o'clock p.m. in Children's Hall.
Some job opportunities are coming to UAPB. The Spring Career Fair will be Wednesday, March 8th in the Hyper Complex from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Students are advised to wear business casual attire.
UAPB men's basketball took on Alabama A&M for Sweetheart Night yesterday at the H.O. Clemens Arena. Despite our best efforts, UAPB couldn't pull away with the dub. Both teams had two players in double-digit scoring. From Alabama A&M's Messiah Thompson had 24 points and Dalen Smith put up 13 points. For UAPB, Sean Doss Jr. had 21 points. Chris Green went nuclear, putting up 31 points while going on 8-for-11 on threes. Green only missed 4 shots in the entire game as he went for a season-high 10 and 13 on the field goals and 3 and 4 from the free throw line. UAPB is now 10 and 16 on the season and 6 and 7 in conference play. UAPB looks to shake back with the win this Saturday on the road versus Prairie View.
The University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff baseball team heads to Arkansas State for a 3-game series. The Golden Lions finished the 2022 season 13, 36, and 1 while finishing in 5th place in the SWAC. The Golden Lions will be led offensively by 5th-year outfielder Brandon Simon. Simon led the team with a .358 batting average while hitting 3 home runs and driving in 21 runs. For more information on the upcoming season, visit uapblionsroar.com. The Pine Bluff High football team is seeing academic improvement. Head football coach Michael Williams implemented a new study hall and tutoring program for his players. This program has seen the team's average GPA rise from a 2.2 to a 2.7. With the new program being put in place, the Pine Bluff High football team is now averaging 30 players on the school's honor roll.
In tech news, with recent advancement in artificial intelligence, machines can write stories and even create art. AI art has been getting especially popular in recent days with more people on the internet uploading either portraits of themselves or anything that can come to life. And all they have to do is type what they want to see. According to an article in the New Yorker, some artists fear that AI will end up stealing their livelihoods.
Well, that's it for this edition of UAPB News Now. I'm Aidal Martinez.
And I'm Karen Spates. Take care.
Right, congratulations. Yes, yes. You guys did an awesome job. I know your parents are very proud of you, Karis. And I saw in the credits that you guys are working with Dr. White, Dr. Ann White. I remember her back in the day when I was on campus. So that's amazing to see how much she has achieved because she wasn't a doctor when we were on campus. So all of this came, yeah, it came later. So it is so good. So you are like a first semester senior or second semester senior?
Second semester.
Okay, all right. So tell us about your journey so far, Karis, as a student right there in the thick of it, right there at UAPB, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Um, it's been like a roller coaster because, of course, I came in with COVID. So my freshman year was COVID. My first 2 years was like COVID. So with that, I didn't really get like the on-campus experience really until like my junior year, but I still enjoyed it. But other than that, I love my school. A lot of opportunities that I got from being at UAPB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Like it's been really interesting meeting new people, being away from home. Had to get used to that, but it's been nice.
So home for you is in Texas, right? Is that Arlington?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Wow. So you're quite a ways from home.
Yeah.
How often do you go home?
Um, Not as much as I used to. Like my freshman year, I was very, very homesick. So I was coming home like whenever I wanted, like, and then it was COVID, so like my class was online, so I had more opportunity to come home.
Mm-hmm.
So I was coming home like really every other weekend because, like I said, I was very, very homesick, like very bad. But now Arkansas is kind of my home, so I really don't be missing home too much as that. So I really only come home on the holidays or just special occasions.
Yeah, I hear you. I know your parents are very proud of everything. So, what made you kind of like give us a little backstory on how you came to that decision of majoring? I know you said you're going to do education. Is
Mhm.
anyone else in your family like interested in communication or had some kind of influence on your decision?
Um, in a way, yes. So honestly, it really like the day, like I said, the day when I was like, okay, I want to do that. So this was like, it's the true story too. So it was one summer. It was like maybe like 3 weeks. I spent with my grandparents. They're a little bit older, so like
Mm-hmm.
they wake up and they watch the news like every morning. Like
Morning.
it's their routine. Like they watch that every morning. So. And so like, I had to, and at first, like, I didn't really watch the news. Like, if it wasn't on my phone, I honestly didn't watch it unless, like, I got an alert or something. So they really, like, trying to, like, tell me the importance of watching the news, like. So in the midst of that, I'm, like, watching, and I'm just seeing, like, all these, like, ladies on there. Well, it really wasn't a lot of women on there, innocently. I don't know. That kind of, like, rubbed me the wrong way. Like, it's not a lot of women. On the screen, it was mostly men.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a lot of black women either.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of like made me like want to like look into like what is the news about, like what is it, like the different like what is the different roles, like producers, like I just really like I don't know what that day I just wanted to like see like what is the news, like what do they do, how
Mm-hmm.
is it, like what are they, I didn't, and then I'm like, what are they looking at, like I didn't know about a prompter, like that
Yeah.
whole day was just like see like what it is. So like from then I was like, okay, that looks interesting, I want to do it, I want to be on TV or even behind the scenes. I just like I know I want to be in that field.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how that came
That's
about.
good. Well, it was like that when we were majoring in it. It was hardly any females. That's how I kind of got my name because in my radio production class, I was the only female in there.
That's how it is. Like even in my classes now, it'll be like me and maybe one other girl. But I have a class now, like I'm literally the only girl in my class.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
So it hasn't. Excuse me. It hasn't changed much. I see.
No.
So will you be a first generation graduate in your?
Um. Yes, ma'am. You can say that. I have family that have went. I would say I'm probably the first to probably finish in a while.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Complete your studies. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Congratulations. We have so much in common. I'm a first generation graduate from a 4-year university as well.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a
So
lot.
congrats. So congrats. So like I said, when I was there back in March, attending the UAPB Career Summit, I knew I needed an intern student, and I was a little nervous that day because I was the only one to come and represent my company. I was manning the
Right.
booth on my own, and so much was going on. And then your pleasant face, when you came up to meet me, guys, she, even though she's so sweet and meek, but she knows how to go for what she wants. She came straight over, guys, and said hello, and she came to the table and everything. I'm going to pull up that picture again just to show you. um, this is, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And I remember asking, since she was kind of like asking questions and things, I said, it's okay if we take a picture together. And yeah, and I forgot the young man that's right next to me on the other side. Do you know him?
Yes, I believe his name is Kai. He's a freshman, though, so I'm not too familiar with him. But he does take photos and pictures on campus.
Yes, and I've seen him on Instagram. I think we follow each other on Instagram, but yeah, he was very nice too. But then fast forward, I didn't get a lot of responses because I had told you guys, like if you're interested, just fill out the application and get with your department chair or whatever. And no
Mhm.
one did, and so Karis came through, I guess a month or so ago, and reached out, and I was like, oh my gosh, but the name didn't really click until I saw you, and I said, "Wait a minute, we took a picture together, and everything just came back." So, yay! I'm just so proud of you. I am. Just keep doing what you're doing. So, you pretty much like going to UAPB? If you had a choice, would you have gone somewhere else?
Yes, of course. Well, UAPB wasn't my first choice,
Hmm.
but I feel like God makes everything happen for a reason, and I'm really glad that I did go to UAPB. So yeah,
Yes.
I really enjoy it.
And it's so good to hear you say God.
Oh yes,
It's
definitely.
so
He
good
can
to hear you say that. Yeah. Yeah, your parents did you. They raised you well. Your grandparents, all of them. Yeah, they taught you about God. That is so good because without Him, whoo, gosh, there's nothing we could do. Nothing we can do. Do you, I know, right now, do you have a favorite like professor or anyone that you just really lean on while you're there at school?
yes, I would say I have like two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so of course Miss White, like this
Yeah.
makes me really grown. Like she even like outside of, especially in the classroom, but of course like outside the classroom, she pretty much like keeps my head on. Like she like always making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and like even like as far as like advice and like, cause I do want to be. I want to, after I graduate, I do want to be a grad student. So especially like going into that, she's been like my main person on like questions about that.
Mm-hmm.
Course, then on campus we have a student success center, so like they help us like get internships or like help us with our resume. And with
Mm-hmm.
that, my success coach is Miss McAfee. And so in the midst of that, of course, at first I met her as just help trying to get help with a resume, but then our relationship also um expanded as well. She ended up becoming my mentor, and she also is what helped me become a mentor on campus as well. So I feel like them two women has helped me a lot on campus
Yeah,
and off.
yes, that is so good. We have people tune in. Johnny Foster, she says, I'm so proud of you, love you, and you are doing very well. Love grandmother, godmother, I'm sorry, godmother. She gave you three hearts. And then Humber,
Mhm.
Shatina Humber, she said, let's go, Karis. And then, of course, your godmother, Johnny, she said, you look so beautiful. And then Jonathan Davis, he gave you the little emojis like like he's cheering you on. So I just had to mention. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and cheering Karis on. Preston Bates, proud of you, sis. Oh, that's so
Yeah,
sweet. That is so sweet. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Karis Bates. She's a University of Arkansas student, a senior, and she's pursuing a degree in broadcast communication. And she is our current intern student here for Millhouse Entertainment. So we are so proud of her. We wanted to bring her on the show to kind of show you guys. Just kind of get up close and personal with someone, an intern student. Because a lot of times you hear about intern students across the way and you're like, oh, does that really happen? Yes, it really happens. She is doing a great job. She reaches out to me as needed and, asks questions. So let's take a look at one of her clips where she's talking about because not only is she a intern student, she's a dancer. She's just kind of talking about her career here. So let's take a look at. I love this one right here.
My name is
Yeah.
Karis Bates. I'm a junior here at the university majoring in broadcast journalism. I'm a third-year marcher as an M4 Golden Girl and a first-year leader. Things that I love about attending HBCU is simply the fact that you're surrounded with people who have had the same similar backgrounds as you or the same cultural experience that you may have had, and just being able to be around the folks, whether it's alumni or your own peers, and knowing that they all want to see you do great and that you're all here to, represent like Black excellence and here to, strive and get a great education from any HBCU that you may attend, and just celebrating us. What I love about HBCU dance is that it's more than just a scholarship or just having something to do. It's like you're being a part of a whole legacy and being able to, celebrate the HBCU culture, and then just being able to like strut either in a gym or in a football field or any type of arena, just having that feeling like of your face just lighting up and everybody being there to watch you and you just soaking in all that spirit and pride of being at a HBCU.
Love it. That is so good. Yeah. Dancing produces freedom. I know because I'm a hip hop dancer. So, and I
Oh,
love, yeah, I love hip hop. So what I see you doing, it's something about when we stretch our arms. It's like we're banishing and getting rid of a lot of excess baggage. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's how you feel, but that's how I feel.
definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, this time is really going fast. I can't believe it because we're having fun. But we got another clip here where you're doing the news. So let's take a look at that. Here is
Hello, thanks for watching this edition of UAPB News Now. I'm Karis Bates.
And I'm Joshua Ventures. Topping our newscast, this week, UAPB students were exposed to lots of career opportunities. The UAPB 2023 Spring Career Fair was on March 8th. Students met with recruiters to get insight on their future careers and learn what it takes to get there. Year-round, the University of Office of Career Services offers to help students looking to enter the job market.
As part of International Women's Month, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff will be hosting an event later this month. The Office of Student Involvement in Leadership presents Honoring All Women. As part of the celebration, the event will feature keynote speaker Tamika G. Mallory, a social justice leader and movement strategist. This event will take place on March 29th at 11 a.m. at the STEM Building Conference Center. Here's a way you can help some women going through a rough time. Essence of a Woman is having a toiletry drive until March 30th. Donations will be distributed to the Castle Women's Shelter March 31st. Please bring your donations to join the John Watson Memorial Library.
UAPB is taking a mental health very seriously. That's why the university is having a mental health awareness conference. It will take place March 27th through the 30th at 6 p.m. in the STEM conference room. To register or get more information, go to the UAPB's Facebook page. The University of Arkansas Pine Bluff baseball team opens their homestand with a sweep against Arkansas Baptist College. The Golden Lions went on to sweep a Saturday doubleheader, with Game 1 being 19-0 and Game 2 being 15-3. On Sunday, the Golden Lions took care of business, winning the final game 10-0. Over the weekend, Jacoby Jackson and Andre Green were the pivotal players in the series. Jackson finished the weekend 5 for 9 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Green threw a 7-inning complete game masterpiece, giving up no runs on 4 hits with 8 strikeouts. The Golden Lions will look to host Dillard University this weekend for a 3-game home series.
On March 8th, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff women's basketball team traveled to Birmingham, Alabama for the SWAC basketball tournament. In the first round, the Lady Lions walked away with a dub of 62-55 against Alabama A&M. They will move on to round 2 Friday at 11 o'clock a.m.
Well, that's it for this edition of UAPB News Now. I'm Joshua Ventures.
And I'm Karis Bates. Take care.
That's so good, Karis. And you do it with ease. I believe that's your calling. I think you're going to be a news anchor.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, yeah, I am. Got to speak
Yeah.
to yeah, I am.
That's it. That's it. Speak it into existence. That's right. Call it in. Call it in. Yeah, I really see that. I mean, you read the teleprompter very well. So, yeah, that is so great. So, when it comes to your dancing and everything, kind of tell us about your experience as a dancer at UAPB.
So with that, I feel like that's pretty much like what I'm known for on campus. Like I said, I am shy, so like most people know me like, oh, that's you be in the band. But with dance, it's gave me opportunities as well outside of dance. As far as it helps me also with public speaking because we do speak at the high schools and the elementary stuff like that. But that also too has helped me with like coming out of my shell because even though we're dancing, we do have to talk as well. And it's been really fun. I did take a year off, but I'm joining back this year and hope this season. I'm trying to finish this last season off with a bang. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been really fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. I got a tickle in my throat. Well, yeah. Excuse me. What would you say to other students who are looking for a role like you've landed? Tell them in your own words what it takes to land an intern position or intern role. Excuse me.
I feel like you have to be able, like, you have to be confident within yourself. Like, you might get a few people, like a few groups I went to, and like you could just tell they weren't interested, but I still make sure, I made myself known. Like, they might not be interested, but they're gonna remember who I am, regardless of the fact. So I feel like you do have to go in being confident within yourself, and just, being able to have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, like coming with your resume, just being able to, put yourself out there, because I feel like college, whether you finish or not, it is about networking in a way. You're going to meet so many people from your state, out of state, regardless of where you come from. And you just have to know kind of what you want to do. And then you do have to be able to, like, not be afraid to step out of your box. So that's too, like, coming in, when I did meet you at that at the event, they did tell us, like, even though you, like, for me, I'm a mass comm major, you do have to be, you're able to, like, go to other departments, and still, that's probably not what you want to do, but you can still do stuff within your major, like outside of your degree. And that kind of, like, what, like, motivated me that day. Like, I might not get something that's in my field, but you can kind of wiggle your way into it. Like, there's some places that have, like, a mass comm department. Maybe it's not on TV, but it's still, like, in my field. So you do have to be able to, like, just step outside your comfort zone in a way. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
And you did that, and I think that day I heard other students say, I think I was one of the few that was representing communication that day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was so nice to meet everybody, to see you guys stopping by the booth and making yourself known. That is good. And I'll be back next spring, because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of the love that I received. You have any shout outs to anyone before we wrap things up?
I'll shout out my godmother, because, like I said, I am away from home when I'm in Pine Bluff. So I did. She became my godmother while I was in Arkansas, and she has supported me so much. Like, especially when I do get homesick, I'll go off campus and I'll go to see her. And I feel like she's been on here pretty much the whole time. Well, all my supporters have, but I would say her. And also my Aunt Shatina. She's more so like the reason I have, like, the go-getter in me is because of her. So two are my two main supporters.
Yeah, and they're all here. Your brother, they're all watching. So we
And
really.
to everybody. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you. We're just so proud. Shatina said, we're so proud of you. Mackenzie Marie, she gave you hearts.
Oh yeah, that's what.
Yeah. So, any words of encouragement, for other students or just people in general who are still trying to make that decision in the career path?
Yes, I would say don't give up, because it's been, like, really with my senior year. It's few times I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I was getting a lot of no's, no responses. But I feel like everything comes with a time. And it's a quote that I seen. It's not about the win, it's about the win. So basically, WIN and WEN. So
Yeah.
Everything comes, like, when it's supposed to. Like I said, God makes everything happen when He's ready for it. Like, so this might not be your season, but it's coming eventually. You just gotta pray and wait it out, and everything's gonna happen the way it's supposed to.
Amen. That is so good. You're so young and you already have a great outlook on life. So that puts you a step ahead of the game, Karis, that you are, in touch with that higher power, and your parents and all of those who are guiding you along the way. Guys, this is Karis Bates. She's from Texas. And see, I'm in Texas, and yeah, so she's just down the road from me. So you're gonna have to come and visit for a day or two or a weekend, so I can really we can really show you how things go here at Millhouse Entertainment, bringing in the house. We had so much fun. Before we go, I'm gonna play this clip again. This is my favorite. I think I played it when Aww. Thank you so much. You know, we're going to continue to support you and we love you. Thank you so much for being a guest on the show and showing the other students, you know, that grit and grind that they need to have in order to get through, you know, the semester and achieve those goals in school. Everyone, let's give it up for Miss Karis Bates. Bring it in the house. We had a great time. Next week, we'll be speaking with military veteran, author. She calls her name is Charlize, but we call her Charlie. So don't miss out on it. We'll see you next time on Bring It in the House.